Alright, greetings gods and goddesses in training. Welcome back to the channel. It is Uncle Makara. All relations. Today we're speaking all about how we can get out of survival mode, and I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be tuning in and asking my 7 spirit guides associated with each of my chakra points. So this will be a very unique experience. Let's hope that a lot of downloads come through and we can help ourselves out of this fight or flight state into much more of a relaxation, okay? So without further ado, let's get started. Hit that like and subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Let's tap in. Starting with, let me just first activate the Primal Sutra Nexus. Okay. Okay, let's start with Chief Deno. He is a Lakota tradition, ancient were-tiger shaman, and he's associated with my root chakra. Activate Chief Deno. Chief Deno, can you hear me? Yes. Okay. So we're wondering about how to get out of survival mode. What advice do you have for us? It's the cage that most people build around their own nervous system. He says, I don't walk into cages, I hunt. The way out is not escape, it's sovereignty. Whenever you feel panic, ask yourself, is this danger or is this an initiation? Claim your ground, get enough sunlight, drink enough water. Reconnect yourself back into presence. Because presence kills all time. And from there, you can get into rest and repair. So be it. Thank you, Chief Deno. Okay, that was number 1. What do you guys think of that? So he gave a very unique approach. Usually he does tell me this advice of just go outside, just be in nature, just drink water, just, get sunlight, just these very basic advices. But it was interesting how he said something about, is it a danger or initiation, he said, right? So that's a really important way of reframing danger in a situation where it could be fear. It could also be excitement, right? So he's kind of just making you aware that, fight or flight is like a cage, and you don't have to step into the cage. You can always hunt, you can always go outside of the realms, think outside the box and so forth, and always find a way back to your sovereignty, okay? That means your autonomy, that means your connectedness, your ownership, all this kind of stuff, right? Your self-reliance. So I think that's a very, very badass warrior answer that we got from Chief Deno. Thank you. Let's move into my sacral chakra, which is associated with the Makara. Uncle Makara, can you hear me? Makara, can you hear me? Okay, first and foremost, I'm getting like waves, like a waterfall coming down right now. So I'm just gonna wait a little bit. Yeah, it shows him meditating on the surface, and then he's slowly kind of, it's almost like a dive pool type of thing, an infinity pool, and he's going all the way to the bottom of it to sit there. Makara, I want to ask about survival mode. What can you advise us? He's just saying the words depth in a really slow voice. He says, I swim in the abysmal currents. As you go more deeper into your tailbone, the primordial waters are there. He's saying survival mode cannot reach the primordial waters. So once you lengthen your spine and you feel into your tailbone, you will naturally start to relax your entire body. He's also making it an urgency for us to do daily body scanning, I believe. Is this correct, Makara? Yes, okay. So daily body scanning is something that you can go into, which basically means you're scanning from the top of your head all the way down to your feet, and you're noticing any resistance and you're just letting that go. The visualization I'd gotten from him was to create almost a mind river. I'd spoken about this on Instagram a little while ago. The visualization is very simple. It's just a river, and all the little tensions are like pebbles that you're pulling out of the river onto a basket outside of the river, right? So this is a very powerful visualization. So he's reminding us to do this daily whenever we can, just quick body scans throughout the day. He's also saying regulate through immersion. So that means cold or warm water. He's recommending breath work as well, and silence. He's saying find the asana, the yoga posture that is best for you, and hold it daily. Okay, find your favorite yoga posture, favorite yoga asana, and go into it daily. Should we do this in the morning, Makara? Yes. Okay, so first thing in the morning, roll out your yoga mat, do your favorite yoga posture. But mainly the main message is your survival dissolves when you have a true depth. A depth of character, a depth of beingness, a depth of mind, a depth of heart, a depth of spirit. So be it. Thank you, Makara. All right, 2 down, 5 to go. That was interesting. I really like Makara's approach. I like the depth aspect of this. I truly think that if we can maintain that groundedness and that depth, we will overcome any kind of fear or paranoia or something that comes into our nervous system to take us away from that stress, adrenaline. Okay, so that's very powerful. Okay, knowing that. He was basically saying like survival mode is like a very shallow river, whereas once you reach the primordial waters and the depth of the waters internally, which means you've delved deeper into your subconscious mind, I believe that's what he's trying to say, you will reach a conclusion in terms of a solution. All right, going into my solar plexus chakra. Activate Janus. Good. Immediately I notice his energy is like a door opening up. He's opening the lock of a door. It's opening up, and through that door there's 4 other doors. Okay, I choose one of them. Okay, I'll go into the third one, and there he is. Okay, he's seated in the third one, so I'd guessed correctly. And now, what does he say? Okay, Janus, if you can hear me, please tell us about how to get out of survival mode. Don't stare at the threat. See through it as if a doorway has an other side to it that we cannot see yet. So experience this fear as something you cannot see through yet. It's just a door to you. But it's up to you to walk through that door. He's saying you must turn the key into your own neck to pivot your perspectives. Okay, interesting. The warrior in survival attacks or reacts. The initiate or the disciple decides at the threshold and pivots. So he's saying he has one of his heads that looks at the past wound and one that sees the future potentiality. And he is saying that as long as you remain in presence, this survival mode will dissolve. That's interesting, huh? How Chief Deno also brought up presence, right? And so is Janus. So I guess they're in agreement there. Always stand at the edge or the hinge of your beingness. Okay? So basically, he's all about embracing the fear and until it dissolves, right? Don't run from it. Don't try to, micromanage the situation. Don't try to go back and forth with it. Just decide, choose, move forward, go into the door, and get your way out of it, okay? Pretty simple. I'm still trying to digest some food, okay? So he was giving me this very strange sensation from my solar plexus all the way up to like my nose, but you can't really see that, right? It's going into my inner body, and it kind of tickled my nose a little bit. That's what I was experiencing during this. So I'm just explaining this for adepts to kind of understand that there are little sensations, tingles at times that I experience going into this, okay? Especially if I'm in this world and I'm trying to kind of, go into the liminal spaces. Obviously, this is not full-on channeling, but this is kind of like I'm getting the messages from them, and then I can translate to you guys. I'm not doing the accents, even though a lot of them have interesting accents. Chief Dano has a very low voice. Makara kind of sounds a bit like Bane. Janus sounds like probably an old father, Roman father. Okay, let's move on, okay? Let's move on to the next one. Activate Bhairava. Bhairava is associated with my heart chakra. Bhairava, if you can hear me, we would like some advice on getting out of survival mode. He's saying this is only fear hijacking your temple. But do not worry, for I am the terror beyond terror. I am the howl that eats panic whole. Fear is like breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Survival collapses when you know that death is already chewed. The watchdog becomes a wolf, and the victim becomes a god. So walk through the graveyard of fear as if it is your throne room. And of course, feeling a lot of tingles. Your nervous system has to obey. Okay? So I try to pull in a little bit of the Indian accent, so just to show you guys, that this process, because it's very, very eclectic, and there's some nuances that have to be understood when you're calling upon your guides like this, okay? I actually liked Bhairava's approach. I could see in my mind's eye like a skull that was burning, like a human skull that was on fire. And that was almost like the depiction of fear. And the depiction of fear was interwoven with the concepts of death. And since Bhairava watches over people in Kashi and their death, and so forth, and so he's near those kind of charnel grounds and where you burn the bodies, right? So I think I was seeing something like this in my mind's eye as I was tapping into this. So very interesting. All right, guys, 3 more to go. Let's get it. Activating Hermes. Okay, immediately I sense this quicksilver speed. Okay. Hermes. Whoa, slow it down, man. Hermes. If you were there, we would like some advice on how to get out of survival mode. Okay, so immediately I feel my eyes getting very heavy. He's saying, don't stare at shadows, threats, and illusions. It's all fakeness. He's saying, all you have to do is to remain in the frequency that you most prefer. The way out is movement, play, and agility of mind. Walk a different street, speak a different word of power, laugh at your own fear, write a sigil. Make sure that you have light feet and light thought. Dance it out of the trap like a thief of fire, not like a heavy mule. Survival will dissolve when you try to outwit it. When you remember you are the messenger from multiple realms. So be it. Thank you, Hermes. Whew, man, that was an interesting one. Okay, so Hermes was showing me a bunch of different visuals. First of all, it's very interesting to notice how he was showing me different angles of panic. The panic was shown as this kind of red blotch, or this kind of staticky figure, and he would show me from bird's eye view, and then we would see it kind of merged with something else, and then we would see it in action, like in the middle of like a family room where people are interacting, but you still see that like red goo in the background, kind of like an entity possession. And then he showed me it going into a deeper like chalice where it was held, and it was kind of looking like some Kool-Aid in a chalice, right? And it was just going around like in many different visuals. So the same panic was going through different pranic ways, right? All right, let's go with the final two. Activating Horus, Brother Haru. Brother Haru, if you can hear us, please give us advice on how to get out of survival mode. He's saying you have to choose to be free. I can see from all angles. I am the eye that sees in all directions. To rise out of survival, you must see it from above. You lift your awareness to the wings of the battlefield. You are the sun, so do not worry about the scurrying prey. You are not the hunter nor the hunted. You are the awareness, the sky. I am the sky, and all my thoughts are merely clouds. You are the eye from which nothing escapes and nothing can be harmed. You see how this question doesn't really faze these gods, right, or deities or beings? You just know that, right? That they treat it so elegantly and poetically. It's like Haru's energy can really see things from a very, very high perspective, so that's why he's not worried about the moments of panic that may happen in a person. He's more hyperextending it and seeing the long-term picture of how that panic might even serve that individual in that specific collective moment, right? And so that's how he's able to kind of fine-tune this and give such a rich response, right? Finally, let's tap into Osmosis. Activate Osmosis. Okay, already feeling tingles in my crown. Osmosis, if you are there, we would like to know your advice on getting out of survival mode. He's saying, and I'll use his voice, he's saying, survival mode is separation. Cells bracing, mind fracturing, spirit contracting. As the weaver of currents and the prince of Vega, I'm here to remind you that nobody survives alone. To step out of survival, you must remember osmosis. Communication, flow, exchanges of energies. You are dependent on others around you, are you not? So dissolve the crust of the fear by merging with the music, with the starlight trusted kin. You're not a lone organism fighting for scraps. You are made of a symphony of currents. And once you remember this, survival has no grip on you, because you stop clinging and you start conducting. Exchange with others. Get into the ventral vagal mode. Improve your vagal tone. A huge part of your relaxation as a humanoid, as a Terran, is interaction. So interact with those who already possess a calm body-mind-spirit complex. Therefore, you are being in the presence of their vibrations. So be it. Thank you, Sire Osmosis. Whoa, I saw a lot of visuals there, okay? Vega codes, lots of light language, blue, purples, hues mixed with a lot of sounds and colors and really vibrant ecosystem that I saw, kind of made out of maybe sea anemones or amoeba type of things, like very floaty gelatinous substances. Very cool, very interesting. How did you guys experience that? I want to know how you experienced my guides in the comments. And also, I'd be very interested to know, how would you handle a way out of survival mode? Looking forward to your answers. I hope you have an incredible rest of your day. May the flow be with you and stay legendary. You got this, we got this. Upward Spiral Gang. Out of fight or flight into flow. Let's get it. Cool.